On to the NFL. Some games of the week. Bills play the Dolphins. They beat them 48-20. Josh Allen, 320 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. The Dolphins very much came back to earth.
Humbled very nicely by the Bills. This game was interesting at the very beginning. I mean, they were just kind of trading blows, and then second half, the Bills just fucking pedaled to the metal.
Yeah, the Dolphins
ended the Dolphins.
The Dolphins nearly gave up 50 after dropping 70. Make it make sense, because I can't.
They played a real team.
The Dolphins looked like world beaters last week, and then now they're just like, they're still good.
They got a little taste of their own medicine.
Went up to Buffalo. I felt good about it at the time, clearly.
Yeah.
Didn't work out for me. It's okay. I can live with it.
I don't want to get over excited about this win for the Bills, but this definitely, like, I was a little iffy on them coming in the season, but that's a nice win for them early in the year. Yeah. I think that moved them up my list as far as Super Bowl contenders for sure.
Pat McAfee said that the Bills are the cream of the crop in the AFC.
The AFC doesn't look as dynamic as it did last year to this point.
Yeah.
Now, if the Bengals and Joe Burrow figure it out, they're going to still be dangerous. Chiefs are always dangerous. Yeah. But, yeah, surprised to see that there's not an undefeated team still in the AFC, actually.
That's football.
That's football.
Rams beat the Colts 29-23 in overtime. The Colts scored 23 unanswered points in the second half to force overtime.
I love a comeback. Didn't finish it off, unfortunately. No. But
Nico Rebheim's boy, Puka Nacua. 22-yard game-winning touchdown reception in overtime. That was his first career touchdown.
He hadn't had one, huh?
He'd been balling in fantasy.
Yeah.
I heard that. I watched this game live, and I'm like, that's his first career touchdown?
Yeah, because I remember watching. I knew he didn't get in the end zone against the Niners, but he put up like 15 catches for 150 or whatever the fuck it was against the Niners a couple weeks ago. So that's surprising, but good for him.
And let me say, your boy Anthony Richardson, the dude can play. He's a flat out baller.
He's nice. He's like we've talked about off the air, on the air, whatever. He's got a lot of Cam Newton in his game. Mm-hmm. He's got a super strong arm. He's not super accurate, but he does make some throws that make you say, wow, that was fucking impressive.
If you're a Colts fan, I'm a Colts fan, I'm feeling okay about that pick.
Yeah.
As of right now.
Definitely.
He still has a lot of learning to do, but given how young he is, he's only played 4 games in his young career.
Yeah.
Already looking pretty good.
And he didn't even play that much in college either, so he's pretty raw as far as his quarterbacking.
It's only upwards from here.
Yeah, he looks nice.
Eagles. Ooh, slowly becoming my Eagles.
Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here.
Beat the Commanders 34-31 in overtime.
That was a hell of a game. The Commanders gave him a fight, man.
Give me the name here.
Jahan Dotson?
Jahan Dotson, thank you. 10-yard game-winning tying touchdown as time expired.
That was epic. Of course, they didn't pull it off in overtime.
My best player on my fantasy team, Jake Elliott, 54-yard game-winning field goal in overtime.
Nice.
Thanks, Jake. I need all those points. Appreciate you.
He needs to start taking some carries to get you some more points.
Yeah, imagine him in the backfield.
Just getting wrecked.
And then A.J. Brown.
Huge game.
9 receptions, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. I would say borderline could be a Player of the Week.
Player of the Week candidate for sure.
Player of the Week candidate for sure.
Nice game for him.
Also, the Eagles did me the biggest favor in the world. Kept the undefeated streak going. Niners also undefeated.
This guy who's a Cowboys fan doesn't want the team in his division to lose. It doesn't make sense, but he's worried about other things.
I'm playing chess here. I'm playing chess, okay?
It's a weird version of chess.
Maybe the one seed is still not solely the Niners right now.
We're 4 games in this season.
I'm just saying.
I'm already thinking about the 1 seed.
You're not?
I mean, I want to try and win every game, of course, but
that's just right now where my brain's at.
Yeah, it's lost. Sorry.
Oh man. Speaking of losses, how about those Patriots? They beat the Patriots 38-3. I can't say I watched a lot of this game.
You're getting snipped.
Dad and I got a haircut, if you cannot tell from the YouTube cast. I like this game a lot because, look at the box score, not box score, but the
Yeah.
The stats.
The stats, yeah.
Dak, 28 for 34. That's pretty good.
That's very good.
Not as good as Brock Purdy, but pretty good.
That's very good, though.
In one touchdown. I love this because it seems like it's not Dak doing too much. And yeah, they blew him out so he didn't have to.
Yeah.
But I think this has been Dak's thing since he's been in the league. Like, don't try to do too much and
Just keep moving the ball down the field, right?
Make it a team game. Don't try to force anything that's not there. Just play your brand of football, which I don't think has to be a Josh Allen, a Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
Just kind of do like what Brock Purdy's doing, honestly. Like Brock Purdy's not a world beater, but he's playing damn good football.
Yeah.
I think if Dak Prescott could do that same kind of thing, the Cowboys could be okay.
Well, it seems like Mike McCarthy's philosophy, which he has taken over the play calling, is to be run heavy and, work off that in the passing game.
Yeah,
and he's doing a good job of that so far.
Mac Jones, not a good day. 2 interceptions, got benched in the third quarter.
He kind of stinks. I mean, stinks may be harsh.
I think they benched him because they don't want to risk him getting hurt, probably.
That's what Belichick was harping about in the post-game interview. He's
was he?
Yeah. Which I don't know how much truth there is to that, but...
Speaking of Belichick, thank you. 35-point loss is the worst for Bill Belichick in his head coaching career.
That's wild.
So first, the Cowboys beat Tom Brady in his last game of his career. Now they're giving Belichick the worst loss of his career. I love this.
Yeah.
This is great.
If only they could have beat the Cardinals. Man.
Defense came to play. Also loved that. I didn't hear you say it.
It's good.
Defense played a hell of a game like they have the first 2 weeks. We don't really talk about last week.
That's what I was talking about. But
no. Played good yesterday. It's good. It's just good to roll into what's going to happen on Sunday when they play the Niners.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game. But I think it's good for the defense. It's good for the confidence to have a game like this. But they better be ready.
Yeah.
If they're not ready, they're going to get their asses handed to them. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys are going to be, I think, pretty easily the toughest team that the Niners have faced so far. So
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah. So it should be fun. I don't think there's any doubts about that.
Also, a Gage's guarantee on the line next week.
That's all right.
On the line, buzzball. If I'm wrong, I'll get a red flavored one just for the Niners.
There you go.
So,
have you seen what the red colored ones are?
I don't even know if they have a red one. They might.
I feel like they got it.
They probably do. It's probably like some kind
like
of
strawberry bullshit,
cherry, or something gross. So, look forward to that. Either I'm right and I look like a genius, or I'm getting heavily buzzed next Monday.
There
Your
you
choice.
go. I'll take both.
Yeah. What about your Niners, though? They played
Niners, yeah, they had a nice win again against the Cardinals, who your Cowboys couldn't beat. Did I say that again?
Oh, okay.
Anyways, yeah, 35-16 was the final score. Christian McCaffrey, massive game, 4 touchdowns.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say he's probably going to be your player of the week, right?
You never know.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, how could he not be with that kind of performance? He's been dynamic every single game of the season. I don't want to say like he's the most important player on the team because they were good before he got there. But he's definitely been the most impressive so far. Because I mean,
yeah,
he's taken the offense to another level.
I think he's the most dynamic player easily.
He's the best offensive player they have. I would say that, but I don't know that he's
more
that
than Nick Bosa.
Unbelievably important to the team. It's hard to say.
It's got to be probably Bosa than him, or vice versa.
It's tough.
Who's more important on the team than those two guys?
I mean, I know it's cliche, but I mean, just the quarterback play is always the most important thing.
I mean, Brock Purdy, he had one incompletion.
Yeah, he was awesome. Yeah, 20 out of 21. How could you ask for more?
That's incredible.
Yeah, and you know, he had a couple deep balls that he completed, which was impressive because he's had a little trouble with that. But they didn't ask him to do a ton. He just he fed the ball to McCaffrey. He found Ayuk on a handful of occasions. It wasn't a huge passing game overall, but he was accurate. He actually was as accurate as I've seen him from the standpoint of like actually hitting guys in stride, because he has had an issue with like leaving balls behind guys. Mm-hmm. They've bailed him out with nice hands, but yeah, I mean the only thing I am concerned about with the Niners at this point of the season is that they're winning games a little too easily. I know that sounds kind of weird, but the Cardinals did kind of test them in the middle of this game. They got back into it, and I think you saw a little complacency, and then they kicked it back into the gear, finished off the game nicely.
And I think for you guys, that's good, given who. I mean, the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys are going to be, unless the Cowboys have an F game, which is very possible. It's not going to be an easy.
No, it shouldn't be. I mean, and I won't say the Rams didn't give the Niners a good game too. They did, but the Niners did kind of put their stamp on the game late in the game. But my only concern is that we're going to get to like some of the tougher games in the season, and it's not going to be as easy. And how are they going to react? Like,
and you have to imagine, every player says they play hurt. You might have some injuries. I'm not an injury guy. I joke around about it, but I don't want you guys to be. I don't want anybody going.
Oh
down.
no, yeah, everyone wants.
I just think you guys will win or lose a couple games. You have to.
At least, yeah.
You guys aren't going to go undefeated and win the Super Bowl.
There's no way.
Brock Purdy's going to lose a game in his career.
Yeah.
that he fully finishes.
Right.
It's just
going to happen.
It's going to happen. It has to.
I just hope it's not to the Seahawks because they're annoying, and they look like our toughest competition in the division this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that's my only concern. But I am glad that they, for the most part, have finished games pretty well this season.
Yeah. Other game notes. Vikings and Broncos get their first wins of the season. Congrats to them.
Woohoo! We're on the board!
Let's ride. Panthers and Bears, only remaining winless teams. Sorry to Justin Fields and
Bryce
Young.
Yeah. So here's where I'm going to ask you if this is a bold prediction or not. I think Caleb Williams will be a Chicago Bear next year. I know he had that little thing that came out, like, I'll only play for these teams. I can't remember who was on that list again. Yeah. But
I saw this one I sent you guys today. Cowboys is on one.
Yeah, I saw it.
I would love that.
Yeah. But I'm predicting that he's going to play for the Bears. I know that's not really that crazy because the Bears are going to be bad, and they look really bad right now. I mean, I'll take a shot anyways.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. I mean, it's 1 out of 32 teams, so it's not a gimme necessarily.
Let's see. It's about time we have some bold predictions. I have one, too, that we're going to get to in just a second.
Maybe we'll do our shot together, so I'll just pour it for you.
Caleb Williams will be a Chi-Town.
It seems the most realistic situation at this point. The only one that I think would be really interesting would be the Jets, because the Jets have a chance to be really bad. I know Zach Wilson played decently last night, but I don't imagine them winning a lot of games.
Well, like the Jets, I mean, I guess you could look long term.
Well, the thing is, like, I think it would be really interesting if we had a situation where the Jets had the number 1 draft pick, and you get Aaron Rodgers coming off injury.
You have to pick Caleb Williams.
You have to, right?
You have to,
because you can't.
You're not gonna.
You can't expect Aaron Rodgers to even play any more than next season, right? And even if he did, like, would you rather have that or Caleb Williams? I don't know.
Well, I think what you want in a perfect world is Rodgers come back next year. You guys win the Super Bowl with Rodgers, and Caleb Williams is on the bench behind him.
Well,
and then you can just roll into that.
I just can't.
That's what, as a Jets fan, I want that. I want both.
I don't know. Like, if Caleb... I know that some people like to sit quarterbacks for a year. I don't... he looks really good, and, like, he wouldn't necessarily need that. So that's why I'd be like, hey, Aaron, we're moving on. Like, we're ready to start this rookie quarterback.
Okay, so you're thinking the Jets would be like...
it would be a tough decision. That's why I think it could be interesting.
I would take that risk because you're going to get another year, maybe 2 of Aaron Rodgers, but you're going to get ideally 15 out of Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
You have to.
I mean, the last full season we saw Aaron Rodgers play, he was only okay. He wasn't the Aaron Rodgers we know.
No.
So that's where my mind is at. Is like that's why I might lean towards Caleb Williams. I don't know. Maybe I'm too high on Caleb Williams, but he looks fucking good. I don't know what else to say about him.
He looks really good.
I know he's only playing college football, but still,
he looks really good.
Yeah.
The Texans roll the Steelers.
Yeah.
30-6.
CJ Stroud might be.
Stroud?
Is he a franchise type quarterback? It's maybe too early, but
he doesn't have a turnover yet this season.
He's good though. He's real good. I shouldn't say real good, but he's impressing me so far against the Steelers defense that we respect for the most part.
You know who's not looking good?
Kenny Pickett.
No, the Bengals.
No, the Bengals. Yeah,
they struggle. and they lose to the Titans 27-3. They are now 1-3. This is not.
I cursed him.
Yeah, I know. I'm feeling good about my Super Bowl pick right now.
Yeah.
But yours, not so much.
I don't understand. I mean, I know Joe Burrow is probably playing hurt, but I just don't understand. Like, if it's looking this bad and you are hurt, you gotta take a seat, man.
Take a seat.
Yeah.
Because you're 1-3. Your playoff chances. I'm not a math guy, but I'm sure the percentages
They're dwindling.
are low.
Yeah.
And what's more important, trying to get through this year and probably get bounced in the first couple rounds of the playoffs while you're hurt, or just
Letting the body regroup.
Exactly.
Maybe even have it, like, if you do let the body regroup for 2-3 weeks, whatever it takes, and you do sneak into the playoffs and you're feeling finally healthy,
there we go.
that might be a better situation than what they're putting together right now.
Chiefs, my Super Bowl pick. Hold on, beat the Jets 23-20. This game was ugly, then it wasn't.
Yeah, I know. The Chiefs looked like they were just going to run away with it in the first quarter. What was it, 17-0?
Yeah.
And then Jets got a hand to Zach Wilson. He played pretty well. I mean, my dad's over here watching Zach Wilson play for the first time. He's like, "Oh, this kid's actually not bad." I'm like, "Have you seen him play before this?"
Well,
You might have a different opinion, but no, he did have a solid game. I'll give it to
he
him.
played well.
Yeah.
The Jets are still going to stink, but they're going to be okay. He's okay.
Yeah. He's if he ever does get it, like, figure it out and get, have a chance to be a true starter, it's going to be in a different franchise for sure.
Speaking of this game last night, did you see that your girl Taylor Swift was at MetLife?
Yeah, she was hanging out with some A-listers.
Yeah, big. She was with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool.
Big time A-listers. You kidding me? I gotta ask you though, did you listen to Lavender Haze?
I did.
Did you like it?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I think I texted Ashley that's gonna be like my top song on Spotify. I'm not even gonna front. It's gonna be top 5 for me. No shame. I think it's a great song. If Taylor Swift made songs that are like that all the time since day one,
yeah,
I probably would have jumped on board a long time ago.
Yeah, I like that versus like the super poppy stuff that she is famous for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just not my vibe. But I like Lavender Haze.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So my bold prediction, and it's ridiculous. So on top of the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl as I predicted,
Okay.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's first public kiss will be when the confetti is falling post Super Bowl win.
I can't wait till it happens like next week.
That's the case.
I like it. No, that's a good prediction though.
Because Taylor Swift is very calculated in what she does.
Oh, for sure.
So I think what better time to kiss a guy in public for the first time than after the Super Bowl win against the Niners? It'll be perfect.
I know you're making this prediction right now, but what do you think's more likely? They like cut ties or first or kiss in public first?
Cut ties.
Okay, yeah, okay.
100%. Cut ties 100%. So, cheers.
There we go.
What are we shooting?
This is Amaro Nonino. Nice liqueur.
Another Daniel Jones pick.
Daniel Jones sucks, man. $40 million Danny.
This podcast is better when we shoot liquor. I'm just going to say it.
Cheers.
Oh.
That Giants fan just said it all. Did you see it?
I was hoping you did. Oh, that sounds pretty good, actually. I forgot. Yeah.
It's like a cocktail in a glass, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple other things I wanted to mention
Yeah,
real
go for
quick. Let's see.
Sorry. Your girlfriend just asked us why is Daniel Jones still on the field?
Baker Mayfield, Tampa Bay Bucks, 3-1. 3-1.
Yeah, good for them.
I'll leave it at that. Also, did you get up early yesterday morning at 6:30 and watch the Toy Story live stream of the game?
So
Jags and Falcons?
That was only available on Disney Plus, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so no, I did not.
We did.
Nice. I saw that.
And it stunk. At the very beginning, you could tell they were still getting their bearings in.
Yeah.
So we turned it off, and then, it was just...
I saw some of the line where they lined it up with like what was actually happening.
No,
it actually was like pretty. It was cool.
No, it's exactly the whole thing was we're doing it, quote unquote, as live as they can.
Yeah. So are they just using the cameras to like get like the movement on the field or something?
I wish I could tell you how they do it.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is like they have stuff in their uniforms. Maybe I have no idea. It's incredible how they do it.
Yeah, it really is.
Being the Toy Story kid that I was, I don't know if you were a Toy Story kid. I love one of my favorite movies of all time, one of the best animated movies of all time, in my opinion. Ooh,
Nice tackle.
It was just cool, and I respect the NFL for trying something different and trying to get kids to watch a little more. Theo wasn't really interested, so they kind of failed at that. At least from that standpoint.
Yeah.
But he's kind of he likes to be in rhythm.
Yeah.
It's kind of off his rhythm. So.
Right. So I don't know if it was actually real or if it was like some. Like, was the claw? Was that thing actually? Yeah, okay, it was.
Spotting the ball.
So that was real.
And then the
it was spotting the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
And then they had Slinky as the yardage.
That's fucking pretty funny.
It's cool.
I gotta give it to him.
It's really cool.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. I couldn't watch the whole game like that. But It was cool to experience it.
It definitely looked goofy, like the little shots that I saw. But yeah, that's pretty funny.
I enjoyed it very much. And that's all I have personally. I had a couple things, and that was it. Do you have anything else?
No. Player of the week. Who you got?
Oh shit! Wow, got it. So mine has nothing to do with stats whatsoever.
Okay.
I'm picking DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, he's back.
Back on the field for the first time since his cardiac arrest. On the field against the Bengals last season, which we were.
Yeah, we were getting ready to enjoy a nice Monday night football game.
Yeah,
right?
Palisades.
Yeah, that was pretty devastating.
He only played at the special teams, from my knowledge. I don't think.
Well, they called him the starting safety because someone was out. I don't know how much he played though.
I looked on the stats and stuff, and I didn't see anything.
Okay.
Any kind of tackles or.
So maybe they were lying, and just calling him that for clicks, but.
So he was back on the field, and to me that is a win. Honorable mention. I didn't realize this until last night. Khalil Mack. 6 sacks.
He was going to be my honorable mention.
Was he?
Yeah.
6 sacks against his former team, the Raiders.
That's crazy.
And I call that poetic justice.
Yeah. Which is tied for second most ever in a game.
I think 7's the most, right?
Yeah. Impressive. Yeah, 6 is crazy.
I heard SVP say last night. I'm like, wait, I was like, Khalil Mack had 6 sacks last night?
I remember when Alden Smith did like 5.5 or 6 in a game, and that was just nuts. But yeah, that's crazy. My player of the week, who do you think it is?
I'm going to say it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, 4 touchdowns. That's all you got to know.
I didn't pick him. I was going to pick DeMar Hamlin regardless.
Okay, fair enough.
I was going to give Christian McCaffrey honorable mention. Or I knew you were going to pick him, so I didn't have to worry about it. Christian McCaffrey had 4 touchdowns.
If you're going fantasy points, he had like 40 something, whatever your format you use. You definitely had 40 plus.
He's nasty.
He's nice. That little hurdle he had for a touchdown was sweet. He catches, he runs, he does it all. I can't wait for him to throw another touchdown pass this season. It's gonna be great.
Hopefully not on Sunday.
That would be fucking sick.
No, but.
All right, let's recap our picks from last week real quick. Gage, you went 1-2, minus $400. Tough week for both of us, really. I also went 1-2, minus $400. My one win was one of your losses. Buffalo minus 2.5. You also lost on New England plus 7 against your Cowboys. That was not even close, but I know you were.
I went with my emotions on that one.
Yeah, you did.
That happens to me from time to time.
You went 1-1 in that regard. You got the Cowboys win and the Patriots lost. Your one win actually was Minnesota, who got their first win of the year.
Hey.
They covered against Carolina.
You know what? Always been a Viking hater, as the fans know.
Yeah.
But since I'm kind of getting to know Gabe a little better, I'm kind of pulled for him a little bit.
Makes it easier to root for him in a way.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Jeremy, no.
Yeah, fine.
Love you to death, my man, but no. You've given me shit my entire life.
Yeah.
I root for the Vikings for Gabe. For Dave.
For Dave. My 2 losses were Cleveland got absolutely blown out by Baltimore. Yep. That was not nice on the ice.
You probably wouldn't have picked that, though, if you knew Deshaun Watson was
so he didn't... Was he not healthy after last week? I didn't even realize that.
I didn't realize.
Guess I got to do my research. Stop picking games on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Well, that's the thing, too.
Yeah. My other loss was Kansas City minus 9.5. They would have covered if Patrick Mahomes just decided to tiptoe in the end zone like he could have, but he took a slide at slide into first or to home plate, on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
And you're out of here. And so I didn't get the cover on that. But, he plays to win games, doesn't play to cover. Like a loser.
He's a good quarterback, not a great quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Good coaches win games, great coaches cover. Come on, Patty.
Good quarterbacks win, great quarterbacks cover.
Exactly. We know this. Come on, dude. Get it together. So, Gage, you are now 9-3, still plus $1,000 on the year.
I'm 9-3. Say it again.
9-3.
Wow.
Hell of a record. Myself, 6-5-1 plus $100. I will take that every day and twice on Sunday, like you like to say.
I said it once last week.
Who you got this week, though?
So, like I said, Gage's guarantee. I gotta go with Niners minus 3.5. I am doubling down. They're gonna beat my Cowboys by, let's say, 25.
Are you doubling down like the KFC sandwich? Is that what you're going for?
Never had one of you.
I have not. It's probably a heart attack in whatever you want to call it.
Did you hear what I said the score was gonna be? By the way,
I think I missed that. Go ahead.
I said the Niners win by 25.
Okay.
No, I really hope. That'd be terrible. That'd be a terrible time.
32-7. It's in the books. That'd be a tough scene. Anyways.
I'd say at least it's not the playoffs.
Yeah, right?
My second game I'm picking is Devon's Bills minus 5.5.
You're riding the Bills wave, huh?
I'm riding the Bills wave. They are going to London. The Jags are going to be there for the next week because they played the Falcons there yesterday. So I think that is a little bit of an advantage for the Jags. But the Bills, they're playing nice right now.
They look good. Their defense is awesome.
They're putting numbers on the board.
Yeah.
Feeling good about that. And my last one, hard picking games on a Monday.
It is. Yeah.
I'm going Saints plus 1.5 versus the Patriots. I don't like it, but I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah, fair enough. It's only $100 on the line.
Yeah. What do you got?
You got $1,000 in the bank right now, dude.
Yeah, feel good.
Speaking of the Saints, I'm picking against them. I'm going to take the Patriots minus 1.5. They are at home versus Saints. I think I like that. I like Belichick being angry off that really tough loss to the not tough, but just ugly loss to the Cowboys.
Worst loss of his career.
Worst loss of his career. He's gonna try and pull some straight out of his ass. The Saints have been, in my mind, disappointing to this point. So my $200 bet is going to be the Colts minus 1.5 versus the Titans. Titans are coming off a big win, and I think they're going to come back to earth. That's been my motto this season.
Okay.
Just picking teams that are coming off wins that they were unexpected.
Yeah.
And then my $100 bet, I'm taking Philadelphia at the Rams. Philadelphia minus 4. I picked the Eagles on the road as favorites in the past, and it's worked out for me, so I'm going to do it again.
There you go.
I know they have not been overly impressive this season, but neither have the Rams really. So I'll roll with them. And that's the Week 5 picks. They're in the books. We're gonna go. Who are we thinking? Let's get 4 dubs this week between the two of us. 5 is maximum, obviously, but let's get 4.
I do like how, since we've started doing this again, none of us have picked. Oh, you fumbled it. None of us have picked the same games at all. We picked the same games with different teams, but not the exact same.
Well, yeah, we made that a rule. Like, we can't pick. Like, if you wanted the Saints, I couldn't take the Saints.
No, but I don't even think that you've picked something.
Oh, I haven't even really thought of it. Yeah.
Yeah, none of us have even butt heads on it.
I haven't. You have not stolen any games from me, and vice versa.
Vice versa.
Right? Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So I think last year it happened.
It happened like I want to say at least 5 times we picked the same team, and it's like okay, I like that we're to some degree I like we're on the same page, but at the same time it's kind of it works against this idea of picking games to be picking the same teams. Yeah.
And now that I say that, watch next week we'll pick like 2 of the same games.
Yeah.
So.
Alrighty.
And that's the end of it.